The reason you have no water is because Gavin Newsom didn't want to do it. I had it all done. I had the Department of Commerce at the time. Believe it or not, they're the ones that rule on this particular issue. So you have millions of gallons of water pouring down from the north with the snow caps in Canada and all pouring down. And they have essentially a very large faucet. And you turn the faucet, and it takes one day to turn it. It's massive. It's as big as the wall of that building right there behind you. And you turn that, and all of that water goes aimlessly into the Pacific. And if they turned it back, all of that water would come right down here and right into Los Angeles.
This is Professor Dr. Tricia Stagnant of the University of Calgary in Canada. And she had some real profound things to say about the idiocy that you just heard. Number one, there is no big wheel the size of a building that they turn to turn water on and off in Canada to get to the United States. Number two, in an interview that she did that I read, she said that the Columbia River is the river that he's mostly talking about. And this is the Columbia River. Do you notice something different? Do you notice something strange about the Columbia River? Yes, the Columbia River originates in Canada and it flows to Washington and it barely flows to Oregon. And whatever water that Canada and the United States does not collect, you can tell it flows right out to the Pacific Ocean. That's where it goes regardless of who catches it. And number three, she said even if there was this big large spigot in which we can turn on and turn off, why in the hell would they give the water to the United States anyway? They are a sovereign country, and if they did have a spout, they can give water to whomever they want to give it to. And also, if they give water, and she said this in the interview, if they give water to the United States, that suggests that they have a surplus of water. And we all know there's a shortage of fresh water throughout the world. Look at all the presidential candidates that we've ever had in this country. And we've had some guys that said some bonehead things, and we've had some guys and women that did some really dumb things. Dan Quayle was running for president in 1992, and there's this famous incident where a kid was writing potato on the board and he added an E to it. He lost the presidency. He lost the campaign because of that E. Because everybody thought, hey, Dan Quayle don't know how to spell. Dan Quayle is an idiot. Dan Quayle is just Dan Quayle. And he's become synonymous with the misspelling of the word potato. But yet you got a man like Donald Trump.
So one thing I'm going to do for California, vote for me, California. I'm going to give you safety. I'm going to give you a great border. And I'm going to give you more water than almost anybody has. And the water is going to come all the way down to Los Angeles, and you're going to have more water than you ever saw.
I really think what he's going to do is he's going to piss on your leg and tell you it's water. What do you think?